is it okay if this episode I can't get my face, or should I? Cause this is a conversation.
It's your call. It's up to you if you want it in the video. It can't. Otherwise, I do already have a tile made for you when you're away. Actually, it was in the beginning of the last episode.
I do remember watching a bit of that one episode where the tile was at the beginning, so that's nice.
What happened to you? You all right?
No, I thought I didn't know you couldn't hear me.
I mean, from earlier, you left for 4 minutes. I think you wrote to me.
Yes, 4 minutes.
What happened? All good?
I burned my finger, but I made noodles.
Oh, okay. Once again, eating before the podcast.
I've eaten during the podcast every time.
I've noticed. Yes, this is a habit we have to stop. I don't know.
It's
been okay. Oh man, I think I lost you again. What is up with my connection today? Hang on a minute, I'll be back. Okay.
What were you saying, Wist? Before I...
Oh, I'm back.
Hi, Beck.
Hi. Nice to meet you. That's such a dad joke right there, can I just say? Sorry, I had to reboot my internet. It keeps dropping for some reason. There's no reason I should be doing that, so should be good now, hopefully.
Have you tried catching it?
Oh my gosh. Such another dad joke, my gosh.
I will stop with the dad joke.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that greatly, yes. Wistful, why aren't you talking to me?
I'm looking up this thing that Carpel is talking about.
Ooh, what is it? If you haven't noticed, I've been missing.
What the fuck is this? Dude, it looks like a frog.
I think it's supposed to be the devil. I don't know what program you're using.
What? What are we talking about? It's Wistful sees a frog that's supposed to look like the devil. What? I am missing a huge bit of context in this.
Wait, the three forms
totally know
that
what
he
you're talking
is
about.
in the boss fight? Wait, what?
Yeah, because the third phase was the big head.
You remember when he sang that song, It's Not Easy Being Green? You remember that?
What? I don't remember that.
I don't know.
Yeah, the frog guy, you know. He says that a lot, you know? He was like, Kermit the Frog.
Okay. Got it.
I'm surprised you didn't catch on to that one right away. Great, I'm becoming like Carpel with the dad jokes.
I think Wistful's mind's blown. We might have to...
My mind is sufficiently blown, and I really... Okay, can you, like, send me the effing, like, song? The theme? Or, like, send me a link?
It's Not Easy Being Green. Sure.
I want to open this in Audacity right now.
I am so confused here, man. Is this another Modern Warfare thing?
What?
Is this why I'm clueless on this?
No, it's a Cuphead thing.
Oh! See, that information earlier would have been useful.
Yeah, it probably would have. My bad.
Alright, so who's launching this thing officially?
Have we started recording?
I've been recording for the past half hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's got the content on us, Carpel. It's okay.
It's okay.
We've contributed some fun stuff in the past, so you know this is why I do it. And I got a 4 terabyte hard drive this is going on to, so I got limitless storage here.
Me.
Okay. Do you want me to add that into the video? I'll do it. You think I won't? I will.
Keep everything in.
I'll do it. I've done it in the past.
Me.
Me. I heard that. I got that one from Pancaf.
See this here? Okay. This is what I have to deal with, people. This is what I deal with. No, it's
all right.
No, it's up to you guys if you guys want to do an intro or something.
Oh, yeah, we should probably do that.
Yeah, who wants to start out? I mean, I've done it before. I could do it again, but it's you. It's up to you guys.
I'm not good at intros. I just say hello. And move on.
Welcome, everybody, to the Wundercast.
The Wundercast.
Episode, I think we're on 4 now?
Technically,
Four,
yeah.
technically 3, part 1.
Basically.
Technically 3, part 1. Okay. I mean, I've been titling these episodes, like, every episode we do is just a separate number, but, like, we have separate parts for topics. So,
Oh, okay.
I am probably gonna call this episode 4, and then it's just part 1 of whatever the topic is if we don't finish it today.
I might have to change my cover art, but for the technically the third episode, I was doing episode 2, part 2. But, you know, actually, maybe I will just do that number 3, but I have to redo my artwork again. That's fine.
I mean, you just changed that one layer in your project, right?
Dude, I don't have the original file anymore.
You don't have
all I
layers
have is
for
the
that
picture,
thumbnail.
dude. But with the art of Photoshop,
Wait, are you using Photoshop for those, or?
No, I just use Paint.net. That program.
So you use the same thing as me, so you have no excuse.
No, my excuse is I did not save the PNG file. I just saved the JPEG, and that was it.
I see. Okay. So,
dude, I'm basic. That's
minor skill issue.
A little bit.
But you don't have Paint.net open at all times with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different assets open at the same time?
Dude, I usually outdo you by like 50. When I make a video, I take pictures of all kinds of different scenes because I get my art right out of the video usually. So I will just drag all those into Paint to decide which one I want to use. So there's like 50 different files open on there just at a time.
I just made like a general format, and the only thing I'm going to change about the thumbnail for every episode is just the number in the bottom left and the 3 COD Zombies maps that are showcased in the background. Like that's literally it.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's an interesting format. Yeah, mine's pretty much just gonna be different every single time.
Before any of the smart-ass people in the comments section come to realize this, yes, I'm going to eventually reach a point where I start duplicating maps. Like I start reusing maps.
I'm already typing the comment.
You're already typing the comment.
I'm just gonna copy and paste it when the episode goes up.
As soon as you're gonna be the first comment when the podcast goes live.
It's another edition in the Wundercast cinematic universe.
Absolutely, it's cinematic universe. Wow.
Yo, the cinematic universe.
Let's go. I'm invested in this.
I mean, yeah.
This must be a really interesting podcast if we've somehow entered a cinematic universe.
When are we gonna have our first Avengers like episode then? Where we're gonna have like a big team up with other people or something? That'd be cool.
Let's hope it never comes to that.
We'll team up with Treyarch. Get them right in here. It'll be like an interview. It'll be great.
I mean, no. What are we avenging then?
Bad zombie games? I don't really know.
All right.
Wow.
I have no idea, man.
We're avenging Modern Warfare 3 zombies players. That's what we're doing.
Ooh, yeah. There you have it.
All right,
I'm going to get us back on topic here. What is our topic here today?
I believe our topic is going to be Easter egg quest steps.
Absolutely.
Easter eggs.
I think we're mainly just talking about Easter egg steps, right? So
yes,
for the most part, things that are indeed interactable, not like out of the map Easter eggs or narrative Easter eggs that have no interaction with them.
Oh, okay.
Side Easter eggs.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering.
Side Easter egg steps, I think, are valid, honestly, because they are interactive.
Because I would like to bring up some Ghost and Skulls.
The Samantha doll Easter eggs, and like the one on Shang, where you gotta melee the 4 gongs and then shoot the pans. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be honest, that's just Easter
that one is eluding me at the moment.
I'm surprised you didn't bring up Ghosts and Skulls in that rant. That's I think the most significant.
Because we all know how much you love Ghosts and Skulls.
Cool side Easter egg. Yes, Ghosts and Skulls is quite
How many
nice.
times have you done the Zombies in Spaceland Ghosts and Skulls? Has it actually been that many times?
It's gonna be a lower number than you expect. I'll just say that much. I've probably
Dude,
done
it is a whopping 1 for me.
Actually, hold up, because I need to find my live split files first of all.
Dude, I've only done it once.
Maybe we save that for later.
I have the data.
Yeah, but this man's gonna analyze every single moment of his stream, just like, hang on, wait, guys, I got this. Hey, I think it's this moment here. It's gonna be great.
Search through dozens and dozens of VODs just to
count. So, what the fuck? Boohoo. Okay.
Boohoo.
What day was it?
Okay.
Exact
Solo
date, time.
I've done solo. Okay, I'm just gonna say a number. 46. I don't know. 46.
46 times you've done it.
I've done it maybe 6 times. So
how do you not hate yourself after doing it 46 times?
I mean, it's
the same reason I don't hate myself after attempting the Zombies in Space on solo Easter egg for let me actually tell you how many times. 7,915 times.
Well, that I believe. The Ghost of Skulls one, I can't believe, just because the one from Zombies in Spaceland is kind of brutal, honestly. And it's like, I only did it once because it was cool, but
you say that one's
otherwise,
brutal, not lad, but
it is compared to the other ones.
Ghost and Skulls 2. We don't talk about GNS 2.
Wait,
maybe we should talk about
the game segment or the quest, because the game segment for GNS 2 is pretty easy.
Well, okay, so the thing is that I kind of count the games themselves as a step.
Okay, that makes sense.
If I'm viewing and if I'm ranking the Ghosts and Skulls Easter eggs as a whole, I'm going to take into account collectively the game and the skulls, like the steps to get there, because all of it is a step in my all of it, and each individual part of it is considered a step to me.
Okay. So it's like doing the fly trap on Reese, and then at the end it's just Mephistopheles. Okay, I understand.
But worse.
And you would treat those as individual steps for the same quest, theoretically speaking. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect analogy.
I don't know. That one in particular, it's just got some odd steps, like getting the big brute to like shoot his laser at the arcade machine, and standing on the different tiles to when there's certain colors or certain colors and kill a zombie on them and all that stuff. It just seems like it's not worth it because you can only complete it after you've done the Easter egg and everything. And so, I don't know.
That's actually a good segue to what I like to call pace capping. Maybe you guys call it something else, but when you're at a certain point in an Easter egg and you're not able to get past it until you reach a certain round, or you have a certain entity to spawn in, or you've gotten a very specific number of zombies, right? Like for somewhat of a soul box. So yeah, just like something that pace blocking, I guess, is maybe another way of phrasing it.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
Because, you have to do the Easter egg if you want to do Ghosts and Skulls on Spaceland.
Yeah.
Kind of inconvenience.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. But for
you get the perkaholic after the really hard boss fight.
Yeah, why would you want that? That's the one thing I never got.
I think it's the third skull for Skull Hop on Attack of the Radioactive Thing. You have to reach a certain round in order to get enough zombies to fill up the pool with exactly 16 zombies. So you have to have a certain number of zombies. That's brutal.
See, it's just like it doesn't feel worth it.
It's not too high of a round though. I don't think it's that hard, personally.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about steps that require a precise amount of zombies. Like steps that are precision based, I do like those, like Buried Sharpshooter or Hit Your Marks from Ancient Evil. Excuse me. Those I like a lot more because anything I would say precise wise that is gun based or movement based, which like the fourth skull on Skullbreaker. I think that's a really good example of stuff that I would like. But you know, precision stuff when it comes to actual entities, like something having to fire at a very specific spot, or you need a specific amount of zombies for a soul box. Yeah, I'm not as much of a fan of that stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
So what about like interaction-based steps, like Samantha Says or Simon Says on Descent or stuff like that?
I think that, yeah, Simon Says on Descent, Samantha Says on Moon, and on Der Eisendrache, the Simon Says in the boss fight for Spacelands, which I'm biased towards because I've ran it so much and I know it has a really cool level of nuance to it. It's like you can choose where the speakers are to like what color that they are, whereas you can't necessarily do that for the symbols on Der Eisendrache because those are randomized every time. And then on Moon, you always have that left to right. What is it? Red, green, blue, yellow. I think that's the correct. Okay, yeah.
Sure,
I wasn't sure if I was remembering that correctly, but yeah, I think the more level of control you have over steps like that too adds more depth and adds a lot more fun to it. But yeah, they're neat.
Yeah,
they're neat on their own.
You know, I think one of the worst examples of like round capped steps is on 9, when literally the entire first half of the Easter egg is picking up a part.
Oh, you need a gladiator to throw its axe. Yeah.
Yeah, you pick up a part, you place it, you let it sit for 2 rounds. You grab it, you place it down, you let it sit for another 2 rounds. I love the 9 Easter egg, the later steps. Like I absolutely love the raw puzzle, but I can't stand just
rough
flipping
too,
around.
honestly.
Yeah.
I never honestly all the Black Ops 4 Easter eggs are rough. They're kind of difficult, honestly. If anything, those are the only Easter eggs I have not completed. I've done almost everything else except for anything ones. They've all been really hard, man. Especially that first one that you're talking of. That one is just kind of brutal.
9?
I always thought you needed to have more people going in with you. Yeah.
All of the Black Ops 4 Easter eggs can be soloed, and I mean all of them. Even class of...
We're losing him.
What? Sorry? Pass that by us again?
We're losing Wist.
It was just too much.
Sorry, I don't consider that to be an Easter egg.
What an Easter egg? We don't even know what you were saying.
I will never consider it as an Easter egg, even though it is technically an Easter egg. I will never consider it as an Easter egg.
What?
What?
If you know, you know.
We don't know. That's why we're asking.
The one map on Black Ops 4 with a quote-unquote Easter egg. If you know, you know.
Yeah, I kind of died before you were able to make your point, but yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, classic.
I thought I was dying like as soon as I said the first letter. But
no,
you couldn't make that out at all.
I will never do it. I will never.
Oh, is it because of all the dialogue? You like the dialogue, right? That's what you love about that map.
No, not like the classified Easter egg is literally getting to round 150. That's all it is. There's no like
literally nuance. Not even like there's.
I'm thinking Alpha Omega. My bad.
There is
wrong one. Classified's the other one.
Love on that map's main Easter egg whatsoever. No love in it.
Classified. I cannot put a picture of the map in my head from this name. Hang on. I'll look this up.
5, but newer.
Oh, okay.
5,
yeah.
But newer.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Now I remember what it is. I keep thinking Alpha Omega in the same frame, but it's not. It's not the same. Okay. Yep. I know what you're talking about.
So you know what the Winter's Howl looks like, but newer.
Mm-hmm.
But newer. And better.
Yes, but newer, yes.
And more powerful.
And better.
Do like me a Winter's Howl.
See, I mean, I still find that one weapon to just be extremely underviable, but
yeah, it's not the best compared to all the others, but it's just a unique weapon.
There was so much they could have done with the classified Easter egg and the Winter's Howl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they kind of missed the mark on that a little bit.
This is just a thought I had, but imagine having to like freeze the pig and then like have it explode and there's like a key inside or something. It's a little dark, but it's better.
Cool.
Yeah. You know, I can't fault them too much, honestly,
complicated.
because this was the very first Black Ops game when you think about it. Well, technically World of War would have been the first one, but yeah, it was still in early phases. So I think for what they were trying to do, honestly, it was pretty ahead of its time. It's just, yeah, it could have been better, but
I believe Nutlight is
it's a good
talking about
start.
Black Ops 1, 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
Black
okay.
Ops
Wait,
12
was that not what you were talking about? I thought you were talking about
he
5
was kind
originally.
of talking about Classified, but I mean, if you've got a point that kind of sort of shares between the two.
I was just referring to 5 in general.
Okay.
Because when you mentioned the pig step, that's what I thought about.
Just a little bit confused.
Oh, I thought I could have sworn that's what you guys were talking about. But yeah, anyways, it's just that one. I thought like for what they had at the time, like that was pretty cool. They brought the first ice weapon, the Easter egg with the scientist and everything running around the facility and stuff. That was pretty new to have an actual real person that wasn't a zombies running at you and stuff like that. Granted, I guess you could say that also about like Call of the Dead with the big guy. What was his name? The director.
Wow.
Man, I am not good with names. Yeah, George.
George.
Yeah. Wow,
that is
that's
rough.
that is really rough.
What is
Ooh.
the name? Yeah, I just
Forgetting
can't.
George Romero,
Forgetting
the Godfather of
the myth,
zombies.
legend.
Guys, I'm not good with names. You should know this about me. I
what's
think
my
I've
name,
proved it all
What's my
throughout
name?
our podcasts, previous podcasts.
I
But
bet you don't know my name. What's my name?
Steve.
All right. So anyway, the point we were bringing up is compared to the other sort of like reboot maps on Black Ops 4 for the Ether storyline, they could have done a lot more with Classified. It did not have a main Easter egg aside from the high round as we were talking about. And they had a Wonder Weapon quest, but it wasn't like too in depth. It was just getting
Project
a couple codes.
Daddy is like the only, like, honestly, that's like the Easter egg for the map that most people probably consider it to be.
Did you say
like,
Project
people that
Daddy?
speedrun
What?
Classified, they only really care about that category as Easter egg speedrunners because, you know,
I'm sorry. Time out.
it's like the most
Wait.
interactable based Easter egg.
Did you say Daddy? What?
Project Scatty.
Scatty. Oh man, my audio must have cut out
Isn't
slightly
that
because it really sounded
Wait,
like.
Purple, fact check me. Is that how it's pronounced? Project Scatty.
That is how it is. Well, it might be like Scotty or something, but you said
Scotty.
it right. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's Project Daddy. Yeah, that
Who
sounds
knows? Who
right.
cares? It's classified. Project Daddy.
I'm sorry. I just went off from what I heard, and that is what I heard. So.
Okay. I take back what I said about 9 earlier. Classified is the worst example of a round-based Easter egg. I didn't even consider that.
Yes, because you're literally paste locked the whole way.
The whole way.
Yeah.
That is the epitome of paste locking in zombies Easter eggs is Classified.
I do admit that is one thing I do not like about a lot of Easter eggs when you have to wait for stuff. I mean, I personally like to get up and going with it. I like being in control of stuff, but when you have to like go certain rounds, and I know mod maps kind of have a big issue with that too. Like some of them, how they set it up, they require you to wait, like you have to wait 2 rounds in order for this thing to be ready. And I don't really care for that so much. I get it in like some of the themes, like maybe a machine that's mixing something or whatever. I get the purpose behind it. I just don't like waiting. I would just like to have control of it and be able to just keep going to the next step one after another, you know? So yeah. Do you guys feel the same on that?
Yeah.
As a speedrunner?
Yeah, that most of all probably.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I think steps that do make you wait, but you're actively doing something like a lockdown. I do like those kind of steps, but I completely
Lockdowns
agree.
are okay.
I don't like waiting
Yeah.
rounds.
Yeah. No, a lockdown, I don't classify it the same, I guess. For me, it's just having to wait multiple rounds just for something to happen. I feel like it wastes a lot of time. It's like, sure, I can just work on killing zombies, but at the same time, I don't like that. Not for an Easter egg.
This is
But,
horrible timing. My phone died.
No.
I am putting it on life support. Come on.
That is something that generations before us do not share. That struggle. They do not share that same struggle. But let me tell you this, the struggle's real. It happens way too often. And if you donate today, we can save one phone from being completely dead. There should be that In the Arms of the Angel song playing in the background, you know? Rescue a dead phone today. Send someone a charger. With your funds, with your support, we can make this happen. Yeah, that'd be great, honestly. Okay, so I have a question for you guys related on topic, but
okay.
What would you guys say is your number one favorite Easter egg?
That's a crazy question.
Is there one that stands out most of all to be the most fun to you, one that you enjoy?
There are a couple. I don't know if I okay. I say there are a couple, but if I put these in the same category, people are gonna think I'm weird. But I'll just.
Okay.
I mean, I could just list my favorites.
Okay.
So I really like Buried, especially Sharpshooter.
Yeah.
I really like Garage Crovey. I really like Dead of the Night, and I really like Descent. I would say that's my top 4 or 5. I don't remember how many I said.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
How about you, Wist?
So you're asking me what my favorite Easter egg is?
Yeah. If you can put it in one, if not, you could do like Carpel did and just name your
I'll
top
be honest,
few.
my mind immediately jumped to like what my favorite Easter egg steps would be, but I can think about maps. Yeah. It's a bit of a different approach.
It's a flexible topic, so yeah, just whatever you think.
I do think you should consider the map as a whole when talking about the Easter egg, because there are some maps that are terrible Easter eggs but have like one single good step. I feel like that's a bit of a cop out.
Yeah. Because one of the first things that came to my mind was actually Dead of the Night. I do really like its Easter egg. I think that the Atlas statue puzzle, it's my kind of puzzle. I love it so much. It's so very
satisfying.
Rubik's Cubing-esque. And if you guys don't know, I'm actually a speed cuber. My personal best.
I've seen some of the streams.
Is 16 seconds. So
very nice.
Yeah, I love those kinds of puzzles.
And what he's talking about Rubik's cubes for you people at home that don't know speed cubing.
Yes.
just to give some
I'm actually
background
glad that
details.
You prefaced that, because when I was growing up in school and I would start cubing, and I started cubing in like late middle school into high school, and I just said cubing, people did not know what I meant.
You know, if I didn't know you did that, I wouldn't know either. Yeah, see, when I hear cubing, I think math terms, like you had to cube certain numbers, so it's like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what it first makes me think of.
Like
but
you've made it a verb because it's an arithmetic verb, which makes perfect sense. Yeah.
But no, I just want to preference that a little bit, just to give a little background information.
I really do like that kind of a thing. You
are very good at it, though.
One of the Easter egg steps, these are all kind of sort of similar. And how that they have like adjacent puzzle piece interactions.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna reference a couple maps here. So the dials on Call of the Dead, I really like that. The upgrade steps for some of the wonder weapons on the Frozen Dawn for World War II. I actually really like those.
You liked it.
Where you simply just
it.
shoot a rock with your gun and it will interact with like the rotation of them to show a symbol or something. I really like the whole concept of like you're moving different pieces and this will unsolve this and it will solve that, and you have to like unsolve the puzzle to solve the puzzle. I've always loved that in puzzles. So that's another map.
Okay.
Yeah, you were right. You know what you were talking about. You did know what you were talking about. I do love those kinds of puzzles.
I guess for me, it would be more based on the maps that I am most fond of. I feel like the Easter eggs made them fun for me. Just because the experience I had, it really makes the Easter egg in high regards for me. The first one I can think of would be Shadows of Evil. I honestly love that map. I love the Easter egg steps to it. I like the challenge of it. And it was so unique. Although we didn't really get much of an end cutscene, which is kind of the downside to that particular one. I loved going through the steps, and it's just it's a cool. It is, but it's really short. It's like just Richtofen coming through the portal and grabbing the orb and stuff and leaving, or the
Sonic though.
Yeah. But yeah, it was really short. I would have liked it to be a little bit longer because usually we've come to expect that from Black Ops 3, but that was okay. But I still just really, really enjoyed it. I like the steps. I like the theme of the map. I like its styling and everything. And that made it cool for me. And also you could build the Apothecant Servant, which is also a pretty cool weapon too. So that one has a high regard. I also absolutely like, what was that final, I'm trying to remember the map, but it's the final one in Advanced Warfare. Descent. Sorry. Yeah. Descent. I really actually enjoyed that one too. That was a fun one to go through. I like the theme of that map. The Easter egg steps were actually pretty cool. You could actually go outside of the map and like do the underwater step and stuff, and that was super cool. And they also had the jumping puzzle that happens right outside the map. That was just fascinating.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite Easter egg steps ever.
Yeah, that was really
Easter egg
cool.
Step that is precise with movements. That's it. Like there's nothing.
Especially on especially on
that
exo zombies when the movement is so complex.
Yeah,
like, you have to do very specific inputs to even get through some of those. I love it.
I would love to see like Easter egg steps where oh my god, I'm just now thinking about this. Like, what if you get trapped in like this prison cell in like this out of like the map spot in Black Ops 6, and it's like a slow trap, and you have to like use the Omni movement to get around it. Like, I would love that.
That would actually be kind of cool.
On you, that would be really cool. Yeah, Treyarch should hire you for ideas at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of good ideas on this podcast. I hope they're listening. I mean, they are, of course. They're our #1 fans. What are you talking about?
Descent. Okay.
Yeah, that one was fun. I honestly did enjoy that. Another one I would say too, for like ones that I truly enjoyed. I do want to say, I'm not sure if I can really put in high regards. I was gonna say, oh man, it's changing a little bit in my head. I was thinking about it. There's another one I'm kind of thinking maybe I should say from like a third one I kind of like. Okay, go ahead and talk for a little bit. I gotta think about this.
I am also trying to dig deep of like what my favorite Easter egg is to do.
Yeah, going back to our points about disliking round constraints for Easter eggs, I think Descent is one of the few times where that's done correctly, because every round you have some sort of new challenge that you have to do, or some like objective you have to complete before the round ends.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I like that. The grenade challenge especially is very cool, where you just survive the whole round with grenades. Like, it's not boring. It changes the gameplay. I don't know. I think it's one of the few examples of round constraints done right.
Yeah. Actually, I guess I would say maybe the Final Reich would be the other one. That's one I have played so many times. But I think it's more just I'm good at it. I think that's more the case of why it keeps coming to mind.
Are you talking about the hardcore version or the casual version of it?
Both. Both in general. I'm good at both, so yeah.
Really?
Well, the hardcore one, it would just be the simple Easter egg. The hardcore one, just with like the killing steps, you get too far up in rounds, I find, with that particular one. And getting all the Tesla guns is kind of a pain, but So
To
more
me,
the simple Easter egg, I think.
To me, the hardcore Final Reich is one of the most tediously designed Easter eggs ever. I cannot stand
I
that
don't
map.
know about that. There is more that are a little more tedious than that one.
Okay,
And,
name one.
Darkest Shores. I find that one to be a pain.
It is significantly less tedious. There's way less
I don't know about that. There's a lot to that one.
There's not that much.
Well, with like getting the spines from each of the different each of the different zombies and well, that's not all. You got to get the stone, the heads, the stone heads. You need to find those all around the map and do the steps for them.
There's a map.
And
I just thought of this. There's a map that does pacing in a very intelligent way.
Okay.
Right? So,
for that particular map, or?
Yeah, so I remember when the community was first trying to solve the Blood of the Dead Easter egg. Oh my god, dude. Everyone thought that you were pace locked on round 17, and everybody was pissed, myself included. And then some G discovered that you could use a monkey bomb to do that one step. So the warden breaks open the scratch wall. And, dude,
oh, really?
That is, dude...
Also, that you could just spawn in one of the slamming wardens. This might just be me, but if I see a number pad where I can put in 3 numbers, I feel like 666 is gonna be the first one I'm trying. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that.
I would have done 115. I thought that's more.
But I'm pretty
more
sure
accurate
that just
to
putting
zombie
in
lore.
666, yeah, you still need a monkey bomb.
Well, yeah, you still need a monkey bomb, but you don't have to wait till round 17.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, honestly, those are pretty good suggestions for like maps. I'm surprised that like nobody mentioned what is that particular one? Also Black Ops 2, the jail prison one. God, why am I so bad with names today? Yeah, Mob.
Mob is not a very good Easter egg. I think that's like the one drawback of the map.
Yeah.
See, that surprises me because I always hear people raving on about that particular map. I did not find that one to be very enjoyable personally,
the side Easter eggs on that map are the dopest.
Yeah.
Because of the rewards, the golden spork knife. I think the worst part of it is just you need to get souls, but then it's such a powerful melee weapon. And then the Hell's Redeemer, it's a little bit tedious with the bridge. But dude, once you get it, it's infinite damage. It's such a good reward.
But wouldn't you say, like, because of all those things you just mentioned, that would actually then make that map like a top map that you would kind of choose?
I mean,
or say
for
like
sure,
the Easter eggs are good?
The Easter eggs as
doesn't make the Easter egg better.
The main Easter egg weighs it down so much.
Yeah. Okay, I gotcha.
Because
interesting.
The true, this is the way that I see Mob. The true glory of that map is found in the detail. That's what makes Mob so good. The story, the side Easter eggs, all of that stuff is what makes Mob a good map. The Easter egg sets it back. It holds it back. It's not as good of an Easter egg.
Sure.
It's crazy
One
because
step
that
and that Easter egg is cool. And that's the end. You get to kill your own teammate. Zombies becomes multiplayer. That's the only cool step in the Easter egg.
Given how detailed Mob is, it's crazy how brain dead simple the actual Easter egg is.
Yeah.
It can be chalked up to just flying to the bridge 3 times and then doing like a couple side things.
Listening to some radios that you can speed up if you play on French, and then just fly the plane one more time.
Sure. So that kind of makes me think of another question for you guys. Do you guys find that the more challenging an Easter egg is, it makes it more exciting in that respect? Like if an Easter egg is too easy, does that kind of diminish its likability for you?
I mean, if it is too easy, that's of course gonna drop back.
Too easy, not so good.
Yeah, but if an Easter egg is too easy for me, that's going to decrease my want to play it again. That lowers its replayability, which in turn makes me not enjoy the Easter egg as much, I feel.
Yeah, exactly. But too hard or too much of a challenge is not appreciated. I take it like too many steps or something like that.
If it's not tedious, if it's not like a map can be very difficult and very long, like I like some of the BO4 maps.
Don't you like tedious maps though, Carpel?
Yeah, that's what it kind of sounded like a little bit.
Okay.
This man likes the challenge. We know this.
Line is what I'm asking. Where do you draw the line?
It's no secret, but the Tortured Path is a terrible game mode. Like borderline unplayable at some points.
It was terrible. I did actually kind of enjoy that one. There was a time I kept grinding to that particular one on the Xbox, and
I haven't played it.
Oh, hey, you know what? We gotta do that sometime. It's very fun. You're gonna love it.
You are in for
a treat.
An experience.
A treat. A real gem.
So essentially what it is it's 3 mini Easter eggs back to back to back. It's 3 in a row, but if you mess up anywhere in any of them, you have to restart from the first one. And I don't like that very much. Especially when you're like, you can't really do a carry for that because you're so reliant on your other players to not mess up. Especially on the last map with like the blood step, where like if they move, you're screwed and you have to restart from the first map and like spend 2 hours getting back to where you were.
Coming from the one that likes the challenge, this surprises me greatly.
Based off of what I hear you saying,
It's like fun all time.
The only true way I can judge it is if I feel the steps for myself.
See,
I like where this is going.
That does sound like a challenge. That does sound like a challenge, but maybe this is my premature brain speaking because I haven't actually played the Torture Path yet. That sounds like, if anything, that would add more replayability to it.
Wait, there are points.
It's a challenge.
There are points, especially on the third map, where if you accidentally end the round, you have to restart from the first map, and it takes you like 2 hours to get that far.
Oh.
It's a fun time with friends, I will say that.
It's not when you're doing the Easter egg. It's not hard per se. Like, there aren't any steps that are super difficult, but you're reliant on everyone performing well, especially on the third map when it's kind of like the Beast X's, where everyone's just supposed to like stand still and get zombie kills.
But
if you mess that up once,
and it's the entire thing. Okay.
All I'm hearing is a skill issue.
You have to restart from the first map.
Okay, so it does kind of sound like that the gameplay does restrict you a bit. So maybe I wouldn't like that as much. I still need to try it at some point.
But that being said,
definitely.
No matter how much I dislike the Tortured Path Easter egg, there is a step on the second map that I consider to be one of the best Easter egg steps ever made. And not lad, if you've done the Easter egg, you'll remember this. But at one point, you teleport to like an underwater like ruin thing.
That was cool.
And you play a cup and ball game with a sentient fish, where he like goes into a cup and you have to shoot the one he's in after it mixes up. And then when he comes out of the cup, he just flies up in the air and does like a 360 and then disappears.
So
it is pretty sick.
I'm opening up my calendar right now. When do we schedule this?
Oh man,
we schedule it when we get Rorik with us.
Okay.
Yeah, my Xbox isn't set up at this time, and I don't even know if it's gonna work. So
it has to be one of the funniest things in all of COD Zombies, because especially something Rorik does, is he will like put his sensitivity to the max, and he will spin at the same speed of the fish.
That that could work actually.
Oh, dude, yeah, there's nothing better.
No,
bro,
that's
it
pretty
sounds
good.
like that you're playing some arcade game or something, and
it is really fun.
You're like guessing which cup is the one with the ball in it, and the fish is like, oh.
I will give Carpel some credit on that, though. He made a good point with it depends who you go in with, too. That's kind of a big deal. If you go in with people that are not very good with zombies in general or the Easter egg, it does make that one a very big challenge, especially when you die in any portion of the chapters there. You get sent back to the beginning and you have to start from scratch all over again.
So this is probably what Carpel meant the other episode when he said that World War II is meant for a more advanced and a hardcore audience.
Yeah,
I would say.
Which definitely sounds like that I need to stop sleeping on it.
Like, not only is it easier to die, but there's just a lot more oh my Jesus. There's a lot more complex steps and a lot more puzzle-based steps than the usual zombies game. I think the one that comes closest is probably Black Ops 4, but then again, there's a lot of like safeguards in BO4 that help you survive. So I think it's a little easier.
That is true. Yeah, and something I've noticed too, and I think it's just because the PC community isn't really big, but on PC, I get a lot more people that are masterful of the game, like World War II in general. So I've just gotten more people that kind of know what they're doing. So that's kind of a nice part about that. But I feel with Xbox, more people like get into that. So you might come across more people that don't know the Easter egg as much. So it's a little tricky in that respect. Yeah.
If you play World War II zombies a lot and you just find yourself running the eggs, regardless of what difficulty that you're playing on, over and over and over again, and you really enjoy it, why not consider speed running it?
It's more just kind of like me in general. I have ADHD. I can't focus. Even when I'm running with people that know the Easter egg, even if I know the Easter egg by heart, I can't focus well enough to remember what the next step is. I really have to work on remembering. It's just how it is. That's why I can't remember names and stuff in our podcast. My ADHD is through the roof, and it's hard for me to focus. So
also,
yeah, speedrunning's not much of an option.
So what you're saying is that I should bring you along for the tortured path, and we're gonna have a torturous time.
I will do my best, man. I although it may take me a while, I will get there. It'll happen. It takes time, man. But I have, if I run something ahead of time, that's usually what I like to do. I can't just jump into like a particular game. Like just recently I went back to Black Ops 2. I had to kind of relearn everything first. And once I kind of got it down, then it's a little easier doing it a second time, if that makes sense. Just have to get it down once more in my head. And that helps a lot, but in no way I don't think I could be a speedrunner. It's just that is a little tricky for me.
Nice.
But I did want to make another note too, and this is also just to the people out who will be watching the podcast. I want to make a note that I am in no way a professional when it comes to zombies. If anything, these two that are with me here, these guys are more professionals than I am. I came to zombies really late in my life. Our next door neighbors, they had a Xbox 360 with the first Black Ops 2 game, and I got to play that for the very first time, and that's what started my passion for zombies. And as a kid, we didn't really have games or anything, so getting older, finally, I've been able to like grind at zombies and get into it more, but I'm still lacking in the experience. I didn't grow up with it, so I'm still catching up.
Do you know? Yeah. What was the most latest map in Black Ops 2 to release when you got into it?
The latest? All I know is we played Transit a lot. That was a big one, and Transit is a very special one to me because of that.
I mean, Transit's the on-disc map, so...
Yeah. And I know we did do Buried quite a bit, too. It was between Transit and Buried. I don't...
Into the game, right? Like
yeah.
You met the game?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Buried would have been out at that time.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Obviously, it's not gonna be a secret after this, but Not Lad, we pretty much have the same amount of time and experience through zombies. Because when I first heard about zombies and started playing zombies, was like a month or two, maybe, after Origins came out.
Okay.
Like, yes. Right at the end of the Black Ops, like right before Ghosts launched that game. The
Ghosts had zombies mode, apparently. I didn't even know that, actually. I just found that out just a few days ago. I had no idea that it's Ghosts? The cryptids, the aliens.
That's not zombies.
It's like a zombie mode. That's kind of what I mean.
It's a PvE mode. It is not zombies.
Well, zombies is PvE.
Well, I can't disagree, but I also
it
want
is
to
PvE.
disagree.
That's a fact, man. But I just heard about it. The mode.
But
I thought it was kind of
Ops is
similar.
PvE, and that's not zombies.
What counts as PvE? No. What did you say?
My argument here is, well, Spec Ops is PvE.
Spec Ops. I'm not familiar with that one.
Yo, I got a crazy secret.
Isn't that from Modern Warfare 2, Carpel? Or am I being dumb?
Oh, then I wouldn't know about that one. Then I guess.
Wait, what are we
the
talking
Spec
about?
Ops game mode from the Modern Warfare series, the Spec Ops.
I'm gonna look this up.
I'm pretty sure that was in COD 4.
Okay, well, it
Modern
was
Warfare.
in one of the Modern Warfare early installments, but still, that's also PvE. Technically, the campaigns are PvE as well, but like, I will never consider Extinction as zombies. Like, yeah, it was somewhat in IW zombies, and that kind of makes it zombies for some people. Extinction is a separate game mode. It is like it's not zombies.
Okay.
It's just
I
so
did
fun,
end
though.
up looking it up, and it is for sure zombies is PvE. So
What?
there you
Wait, was
have
that a
it.
question?
Oh,
I googled
that was
it.
the argument that you thought I was saying. Yeah, no, I'm not.
I thought that's what we were
disputing
talking about.
zombies
Yeah.
is PvE. No,
Yeah.
no, I agree with you. Zombies is PvE, absolutely.
Okay.
What I will not
I was a little confused on
stand
that
here
one.
and say is that Extinction is zombies, because the only time when that's kind of the
yeah.
thing is on
Well-
Beast, but the mode Extinction is not zombie.
Yeah.
But Extinction is
But
fun
still PvE though, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is absolutely PvE. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
I haven't played it yet,
Extinction-
so I don't really know what it's like. But just
It's a lot
in
of
the way
fun.
that it plays,
I
where like
played
you
it
have cryptids and stuff
once
coming at you, it's
when
like
Ghost
zombies.
came
I
out.
thought.
I never have touched it again. I don't
Oh,
even
you're
know
missing
if I'm
out.
going to.
You're
I'm gonna
missing
get it and
out.
play it
Am
here
I?
soon. I want to. It sounds really cool.
Okay, I
Every map
have
but the
the
first map
box
is
at
like
my
really
setup
fun
here.
and well designed. It's
have
also a super
digital
difficult
copy with
game
me
mode.
that I could pop open whenever, but
Really? You had it this whole time? I don't even own the game, man. I
Okay,
want it. I
here's-
want to get it.
Here's
It's
an
gonna
even
be fun.
worse thing, and I'll confess this. I publicly said at one point in like someone's Twitch chat. I don't know if it was Menno's or if it was Zay's. I literally said once. I think this was like 2 years ago, around this time of year, like during the summer, where I would be like, I gotta play Extinction, man. I gotta give it a try, and I still haven't tried it to this
It
day.
had to be Menno. I don't see Zay playing Extinction.
Maybe
I
it was
gotcha.
Menno. I don't. It was one of the two. It was
Just,
definitely one of the two.
Just one thing to note. I played IW first, obviously, and the Venom X and the Venom X variants are a lot more underwhelming in Extinction. They do a lot
never
less.
used the Venom in Extinction. I did play a bit of Extinction before I tried IW, but yeah, no. Whenever I got my hands on the Venom in IW, I was like, what is this? This is like nothing I've ever seen before.
Mhm.
Hey, actually, although it is a little off topic for what we were just talking about, I'm also kind of surprised. Would you not rank Zombies in Spaceland like one of the better Easter eggs you've played since you speedrun it a lot, Wistful?
So,
It's kind of a love-hate relationship with that one.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely gotten to the point where it's definitely a love-hate relationship.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, there isn't that much to it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think the reason I do enjoy replaying it is just I like running around the Spaceland sandbox.
I really
Mhm.
enjoy like the trick that you can do against the aliens with the insta kill. I really enjoy that. That's probably my favorite part about the Spaceland Easter egg is just
Yeah.
that. Maybe some of the co-op tech that you can do to skip rounds, that's kind of cool as well.
Ooh.
But yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I think my my passion and my love for Spaceland has definitely died a little bit down over the years that I've been speedrunning it, which is sad to say because I mean that's
Well, I could see how
Kinda known for
overplaying
being
it could
an
maybe
active
take away from
speedrunner.
it a little bit, but
I
Yeah.
think think we can all agree that Shaolin and Attack are way better Easter eggs.
See, that was the thing I wanted to hear.
Yeah,
Like, how come Attack wasn't like your number one for you, Carpel? You always rave about that one, telling us how easy that one is.
I think I enjoy the Attack Easter egg over the Spaceline Easter egg, just like for the sake of doing it, a little bit more. I think it's just a little bit more now.
Yeah, no,
sure.
The reason I like the Attack Easter egg so much is it's kind of a selfish thing, because when I like try and carry someone through it, they'll like rave about how hard the chem step is. And
it is.
How hard lasers are, how hard the boss fight is, and I just do not see it. I think it's all not it's not that tough.
I'm surprised how good at it you are. That's
most of the time when people complain about lasers, I remember when I was first learning lasers and how to do it legit, I would die several times, but I learned why. When you slide underneath that main bridge to the left of like the mounds where the OSA wall by is,
I know what you mean.
What you would do is you would slide under it. Depending on your methodology, your movement beforehand, it would dictate how far you slid. And if you slid far enough, you would get up as soon as you don't see the laser above your screen anymore, and you would instantly die. Down. That doesn't happen as much on PC, and there's a reason for it. It's called FOV. So every time, even when I'm on PC, when I do that sliding for real, I turn to my right so I get an accurate angle of if my head is just under the laser beam or not, so I don't go insta down. Everybody who is still learning and goes through that no one ever thinks to do that, because the laser hitbox is so it's so unforgiving.
Yeah, I would say like unlearning things is the biggest challenge I found. Like unlearning the habit of doing the same thing over and over again when sliding through those lasers. Like unlearning that I don't need to get up and start running again. I need to stay crouched for just a small portion because there's a laser above my head. And
for me nowadays, it would be unlearning the mana up skip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's crazy looking back, because my first ever experience with the Attack Easter egg was with you, Wistful, in like 2020. And it's been at least 3.5 years.
When I came back to IW, when I broke my IW disc and bought the game digitally, and I wanted to play Attack because it was a bucket list item before I got into speedrunning, that's when we played the map.
This was before we had like the chem solver. This was before a lot of things, and my first experience with lasers was horrific, and it was entirely because of that slide laser. I would constantly get up at the end.
Yep.
But nowadays I could do that with my eyes closed. I don't know.
So would you say you like the map because you're good at it, or is it just because of its steps?
100%.
Just because you're good at it? Okay,
I just think it's funny that people think it's hard.
That's what it feels like for me with Final Reich. Mostly the reason I like that one is because I'm good at that one. And I don't know if I would hold that one in a higher regard if I wasn't. I don't think I would have, but yeah, that's kind of the only reason I'm basing off from that one. But that's interesting. Yeah, Attack, in no way did I find that one easy. I don't know, the chemicals, you got to do some math when trying to figure some stuff out in there, and then the light step. Oh my, I don't know. I'm like the only one that has horrible timing.
Composite chemicals, and then take the difference of your own number.
Yeah, I got it now, but at the time it was daunting. But for me, it's my timing is the worst thing on that map. The light step, especially the nuke at the end. And you guys know this because I went in with you guys and trying to get that final light step. I could never do it. My timing is so bad. I don't know why, but I hated that.
From experience, I will say, especially if it's a casual Easter egg run, I would probably say to have the person in your team that's least confident with those lights practice on the key. Practice on the key.
Yeah.
Because that's a very similar step that you do before the boss fight, and it's not like, If you fail, then you got to do lasers again.
See, I like being able to just do it for them.
Yeah, I'm glad that's an option though.
I get with that.
An option, yeah.
I get with that they don't learn anything and they don't get good at it, but I don't know.
I failed it so many times. That's all I remember. I messed up so many times. We had to do the laser step and everything over and over again.
Usually when we get into the Krog, I'm able to do usually 2 codes. I have heard someone say they've done 3. And I was just wondering if you've ever done that, Wist, because
I
never.
I have. Doing all 4 is also 100% possible.
For sure, I don't think I've ever had a chance to do 3. If I have, I've never done it successfily.
That would be impressive, honestly.
You don't ever want to have that responsibility. Let me tell you, you don't.
Your timing on hitting that and your accuracy must be insane to get all 3 like that. That's gotta be because you don't have much time at all.
That's speedrunners that run attack because all of us are just eye hungry for the codes that are literally just a straight sequential sequence. Because then we're like, oh, it's easy.
Hey, Wist.
Well, it's 5, but you get the idea.
Wist, do you remember the bomb code from our game 4 years ago?
No.
Because I do.
No, I don't.
We had to attempt it so many times that
have it down.
The code 14583 is permanently in my brain for the rest of my life.
14583. That's actually not even that bad of a bomb code.
It was my first time, man. Chill out.
That's like a really good bomb code.
Sounds like the Revelation
it's not perfect,
tombstones.
But like it's a pretty good bomb code. Like I've gotten bomb codes before that are literally 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure it was 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, or 2, 3, 4,
1
6,
at the
8.
end. If there is a number to mess up on, it is 1, and it is always 1.
Yeah. Thankfully, 0 is never a possible number.
How would you input that? Just nothing. I mean, you have to do some sort of input. So
there is the 0 button, yeah.
Oh, there is, isn't there?
Yeah, but there's no code. There's no code that uses a 0. Not even for the key.
Thank God.
Because the key is always what is the key? 3, 4,
3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. It's always those numbers.
You know,
and 8 is always last. So yeah.
I'm thinking honestly, if I ran through more maps and had more time to go through these maps and just keep grinding it like I have with like World War II, maybe I would have different opinions about certain maps, maybe like Attack. If I ran it so many times that I'd have it down, maybe my opinion of it would change because then I'd know. See, one thing I always thought, like, if I ran it enough, I would have all the chemicals and everything down. Like I'd know instantly what it was for. And I thought like if I remember that stuff, it would be different. I don't know.
No, I don't think you want to go to the extent of if you've done.
I don't want to, but it's
you would
not
just
that particular
know
one.
all the numbers.
See, that's what I thought.
There's too many combinations to memorize for that. Just, I wouldn't go as far as that.
It's possible.
Each ingredient has six possible numbers because of the 6 diamonds. So no, never doing that.
You don't have that down, Carpel? Oh.
Every single ingredient needed, I need to memorize 6 variants of it based off it.
Yes, let's go. Shoot it off.
There's more to it, but no, Carpel.
Yeah.
No. No? What do you mean no?
No.
What do you mean
no? You're forgetting about the O number.
You don't have to just know the O. Just do the O number.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about the final number that you punch into the machine, that's a lot more than 6 different possible combinations.
No, you misunderstood what I meant. I meant each ingredient has a possibility to be one of 6.
Just the ingredients alone. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Because there are 6 possible diamond combinations for the correct chemicals.
Right.
See, that knowledge alone helps exponentially to like speed things up a little bit. So yeah, like I feel like somebody out there could have it down.
What numbers are associated in the columns. That's what the spreadsheets are for.
Yeah, so there are spreadsheets, not lad, where basically if you know what one diamond is, then every other diamond is going to be something. So you don't have to even like look at all the boards. You can just look at one, and then with using the spreadsheet, you can know every single ingredient number.
See, I like that convenience in a lot of Easter eggs that are coded like this. Like, for example, the symbols for the free Alistair's Foley on Dead of the Night. It's the same concept where you have like a set spawn location for a symbol, and then if you see it in that location, it's that certain letter. It's the same kind of concept on attack, where if you have this specific diamond that you can see, it gives you all the numbers for it. And there's only 6 different core possibilities for that. I like that. I like that a lot. Maybe it wasn't the best analogy, but
no, I get what you're saying.
It was a good analogy.
I think I kind of
one of them is just
that.
numbers,
it's just
purely numbers based, and the other one is like location shape based. But yeah,
I feel like for a lot of people that have good memories to be able to like remember all that stuff, that would make going through an Easter egg a lot easier, I think, and maybe allow for a lot more like speed running and stuff like that. My brain's never worked like that. My memory is terrible. I think it's pretty evident, but with like my memory of names and stuff. But yeah, I cannot remember stuff like that. So Easter eggs with a lot of like difficult, or like not difficult, but just like a lot of memory stuff like patterns or numbers or anything like that comes a lot harder for me. So I think that changes my opinions of a lot of maps that I see. In no way does it mean that it's not that way for somebody else, or that they're not good at it because of their memory or something. But that's just me. That's just me for a lot of it. So I feel it does affect like my top picks for maps that I like. And honestly, when I think about like all the Infinite Warfare maps, surprisingly, none of those would actually make top of my list for like my favorite Easter eggs. I do like the theme of zombies in Spaceland, but yeah, I don't think any of the Easter eggs in those I actually would say make the top of my list, surprisingly. But I do like Infinite Warfare, which is the strange thing. I can't make sense of that one.
Yo, Carpel, can you remember what the code for Pam Grier is?
What, like the arrows?
Yeah.
Probably. I know the finger movement for it.
You know the
yeah. See, like it would be more
movement.
muscle memory. Is that one like?
I mean, I know Willard
right,
more by
left.
heart.
Up, right, left, down, left.
Yeah.
Oh, I was completely off on that one.
Willard.
Yeah. Left,
Willard
right, left,
is,
up, down, wasn't it?
Oh my god.
No, that's the
Willard
Hoff, isn't
left,
it?
left, down, up, right.
Left, down, up, right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's so weird hearing it in word form. Oh.
I see you too have a controller unplugged from your console to do button press practicing.
Yeah, and then I just did Kevin. I did right, left, down, right.
Yep.
Do you guys
see, it's all
the
muscle
three
memory for me.
Names for the Firebase Z Easter egg on the mimic step.
Yeah, Zabine, Sokolov, and Brahms or something.
Yay!
Oh, you just reminded me of something.
Zombies with
Forsaken Easter egg. I actually really like the Forsaken Easter egg, surprisingly.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've that one completely escaped my mind, but that actually was a fun one.
That one doesn't really have many like memorization puzzles. It's mostly defense steps and like.
Hence what I was saying earlier. For me, it's stuff that doesn't have like a lot of memory steps is usually the ones I seem to go for. But yeah, I actually like that one because it did have a full boss battle. I like the wonder weapon and using that on the map as well. The steps like going through the tunnel and stuff and collecting the crystals was unique. Kind of like that. I don't know. I really found that one to be kind of interesting. I really did kind of enjoy that.
Forsaken is housed to one of the most unique Easter egg steps Just because that, dude, the RCXD, I know it's not that
Oh,
long of a set,
that was fun.
it's so unique.
It is.
Yeah.
Like, wait, actually tell me, is there even a single Easter egg step, even for a side Easter egg, for all of Cold War that requires the use of a score streak or a kill streak? Is there even a single Easter egg that requires one?
I don't think so.
I'm thinking.
There's gotta be one. Or the devs
Not that I can think of.
or the devs were snoring. Like, come on. You make a
I think that's the only
required
one.
step in Black Ops 3 and add that to zombies, but when you add kill streaks to zombies, no steps were that? Like, come on. and don't say the freaking part for the Chrysalax with the flamethrower, because that can be bypassed by napalm burst. That can be bypassed.
Yep. No, not that I can say. Honestly, I think that's the only one.
I think the funniest thing about I think the funniest thing about ABH being, Zetsubo being locked behind ABH is that ABH isn't even a base classic, meaning if you just prestige, you're locked out of the Zetsubo Easter egg, which is so funny to me.
Unplayable.
There is another one that requires a gobblegum of sorts too. You have to have it in order to be able to complete the game. I'm trying to think what that is. I played it recently.
That's the only one.
No, there was another one. You needed it. You needed something. I just played it recently. What was it? Maybe it's not a gobblegum. Maybe it's something else. But you need to have some. Oh, I think.
What?
What was it?
So
Darkest Shores, I think, requires you to go in with a certain consumer.
No.
Am I thinking this right?
No.
I'm really racking my brain, but I was having the issue. Oh yeah, you need to go in with a certain what is it? Not consumables. It's your specialist. Yeah, you need to go in with a certain one in order to be able to complete that game. I thought so. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, it's just coming back to me vaguely.
I mean, there are ones that will make it infinitely easier, but none of them are required.
What am I thinking of?
I have no idea.
I don't know. If it comes back to me, I'll remind you that my brain's just not getting there today. All I do know is I vaguely remember this.
I feel like the person carrying you lied to you so you wouldn't contest.
No, I went in solo. No, I've been running that one solo recently, but something.
Right, this is why we don't use YouTube guides. We use Steam guides.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking the grenades. It was sticky grenades. You need to have sticky grenades in order to open the panels on the wall. If you don't have that, you can't open them. So you're basically stuck. That's what I was thinking of. I'm sorry. Oh, I had trouble getting there.
You can use the normal grenades, but you do have to time it, which is very difficult. But
I've had no luck with that, so I guess maybe that's just the timing is off.
It is.
As you know, my timing is horrible, man.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Yeah, see, that's one thing I don't really like, and that's one thing I think we should maybe talk a little on too. Just like going into a match requiring you to have a certain consumable or something like that, or a particular weapon. I get for that one's not as bad, but I've seen people have horrible box luck trying to get like a particular weapon out of a box. But what is your guys' thoughts on that? Yeah,
the EM1.
Yeah, I
don't
hate
like
that.
that.
I know what you mean. I hate that.
Yeah, see, I don't like that myself either. I don't like the idea of I have to bring in a certain gobblegum.
I love it, dude. It's my favorite thing. Like
yeah, I don't like it.
About to crush you, and you're just trying to look for the speck of dust that has the key card.
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't think that should be. That shouldn't be an Easter egg.
Outbreak has gotta be one of the worst Easter eggs ever created, especially co-op.
Outbreak?
It is so rough. Or Outbreak Exo Zombies, not Cold War.
The first Outbreak.
Yeah, the original.
The
Outbreak,
actual zombies map. Outbreak.
What did you like about that one, in per se?
3 of the cards. Not okay.
Like the zombie step, dying from getting infected.
One of them requiring the EM1, but 2 of them being very hard unless you have the EM1. And then on co-op, you have to coordinate with every single card because they are player specific and you can't enter specific
that,
areas.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point too. Player specific stuff is kind of a bit rough, but no, that one I don't know. I didn't find that one to be terribly bad, but I guess I did a lot of the Easter egg grinding in solo. So it was easy to procure stuff. Like the EM1, getting it out of the box, it was such a common weapon to get. Like I got that one all the time.
I never
almost
get
first
it.
try, always.
I never get it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I never get it.
Lad.
I never get it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I will admit the infection step is one that I had trouble with in the past, but it was more when I was just learning that map because I got infected and trying to do all the finger scanning steps. I might accidentally die if there was too many zombies in front of me or something. Just unfortunate things would happen, but besides that, it wasn't terrible.
If you have I'm specifically talking about co-op. If your co-op player knows what they're doing and you don't have to explain every coordinated step because there are so many on that map, it is super easy. But
yeah, that's hard.
It is so rough doing carries on it. I just refuse.
See,
I'm never doing that again.
That is an interesting point right there too. Like going into a map with randos, they made they make most zombie games to have that capability. You can go in with random people to complete an Easter egg. Some are straightforward enough that you could complete them easy, but other ones have, like as we were saying, like those player specific roles and stuff like that. And I gotta be honest, I don't like it. And going with randos, not knowing these steps is rough. One thing I will say, Skr Ritual, it gives the Easter egg steps right on the screen. It tells you step by step what you're supposed to do, and it has an objective. I thought that was incredibly unique, and I'd never seen that done in any other zombie game.
I thought you were a Final Reich fan.
I am.
The casual Easter egg walks you through the whole thing.
I wonder what connection could be made there.
You're talking like the UI, the HUD, like how it kind of gives the details.
The notebook. Yeah, the notebook tells you what to do in Final Reich.
Yes and no. It's not so much exclusive to the Easter egg, though. It's more just like getting the power on and just making the basic stuff kind of happen.
And the thing with the Skr Ritual is it's very similar to World War II, where once you finish it's not the exact same, but in Skr Ritual, once you finish the casual Easter egg with all the instructions,
you can't do the hardcore part without. It doesn't give you any information for that. Yeah.
It does not give you any information. And in a lot of people's opinions, that is like the real Easter egg of the map.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I guess if it depends how you look at it, I guess. Yeah. For me, I always thought it was neat, just like the basic steps, like completing the main Easter egg. I've been able to do that fairly easily in like World War II with other people because those ones are easy to obtain with other people. But the hardcore one, that you need to go in with a team or something. And I think I'm honestly kind of okay with that. And even in like Skr Ritual, it's kind of okay with that too. But yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of it being a little bit simple, just for like new people to be able to grasp. Like Easter egg steps should be attainable for everybody. It shouldn't just be for the people that know. How do I describe this? Like just for the professionals, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, I'd like the idea that you can go into a match with randos. They can easily pick up the steps, easily complete them, and you guys can all go through multiple steps together. Like nothing is like player specific. Nothing is like over the top crazy that your general person couldn't figure out on their own. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but I
definitely advocate more for a hardcore audience because just about everything you're describing, you want out of Easter egg steps and quest steps that are associated with a zombies map or game. Cold War is kind of just that, like, it's just Cold War.
And you'd say you wouldn't like it that much, huh?
I lived through Cold War. I breathed Cold War. And I want something harder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I want something much harder.
Interesting.
Like, let go of my hand and let me scream and wail about these zombies attacking me. I want, like, that's... I'm having difficulty finding the words.
No, I get exactly what you're saying, honestly. It's the challenge of it is what makes the Easter egg fun, and I do get that. I guess for me,
solving a puzzle that's not telegraphed to you clearly through voice quotes or
yeah,
I guess like
definitely
obnoxious HUD elements like that's what, you know, it's satisfying.
I was hearing that from some YouTubers recently, that the zombie YouTubers, the way they spoke of it is that they really like when a Easter egg is challenging, like doing their first Easter egg hunts for a brand new zombies game that's coming out. They like the challenging aspects of it.
They say that, and then they will complain that they're like too hard and complicated, like with BO4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess I do like the challenge. I do find that to be fun. Like, there should be a certain amount of challenge, but I also like where it's laid out easily enough that you can see it's an Easter egg, that you can, like, I was trying to think of an example, but nothing's really coming to mind. It's like, say, for instance, you place an item that you need for the Easter egg step and it blends in with the rest of the environment. It's not noticeable. You can't tell it's there. It's not an easy thing for the general player to pick up right away because they're not going to know that's something you grab. Like, the one that comes to mind is like the black box in Outbreak. Like, the black box, if you're first coming to that, Outbreak, you don't know it's an Easter egg.
Pipe or whatever in the spawn room on the Frozen Dawn. Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. I feel like it should stand out a little bit more.
It's a wire.
It's a wire. Well, it blends in with the map so well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just like for your general player, they're not going to be able to like see, oh, this is part of an Easter egg step. Like no way, they're not going to spot that.
Putting items in there and having it somewhat blend in with the map. Like, I'm perfectly fine with that, honestly. And I like the way that like how the pipe worked from Black Ops 1's Moon and how this wire worked in Frozen Dawn. Like, I want the object to appear as like some sort of geo asset, and then as soon as I pick it up, I want it to just physically disappear. I don't want to see I mean, maybe I'd see a particle effect of it being picked up, but I'd rather not, because that just makes it feel more realistic of an environment.
I don't know. I kind of like the particle effect, because what if you accidentally pick something up without knowing you did it? Like, you're holding X on your weapon to reload and you accidentally pick up the item. Messes up all your steps for that one, you know? Had that happen.
I think a good example of how that's been done right is when you're doing the wrong chemical on attack. And you press the activate button and everything is wrong, and then just the machine like spurts out and it's like, you did the wrong thing.
You're stupid. Okay.
Well, I guess my question would be, do you like having to rely on like an Easter egg guide to have to figure something else, or do you prefer to be able to figure it out on your own? Like, for me, I guess I feel like a lot of our Easter eggs in the past, they haven't been easy enough that you could just do it without having some knowledge about the Easter egg guide or something like that to figure it out. I don't know.
See, I really enjoy learning the Easter eggs through guides, and then the next time I go in, I no longer the guide. That's something I really enjoy.
Yeah, see, like that makes sense, but I it's kind of like the idea of not having to rely on that being your first time coming into a game where you just can figure it out on your own. I like that it would be easy enough that you could find the next part or the next step to Easter egg without much difficulty. Like, there will be that normal challenge, but it's not going to be an object that is, you would never tell that is an Easter egg, that Easter egg part. I was kind of thinking back to like, I don't know if you guys ever played on World War II. They have this ship. It's a ship that you can go on, and it's technically a zombie map. I don't even know if it has an Easter egg. Actually, I think there's like this trout Easter egg on it, but
USS Mount Olympus.
Yes,
that's the one with the fish step we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep. There's like a valve step, and that, to me, that is obvious enough just to kind of give an idea, like I saw the valves, and to me, a valve is something that you can go up to and you could turn. So I definitely tried it, and I figured that out the first time I played it. Like that is the amount of obviousness that I'm kind of referring to. Like it doesn't have to be glowing or anything like that, although that does help with some things, but it's just, I don't want it to be an item that blends in like a rock. Like there's a rock amongst all this debris that you're supposed to find and pick up somehow. Like it blends in with everything. You're never going to find it. It's just certain maps, they do give you like the pickup option on there. So you can tell, like Black Ops 2, it gave you like hold X to pick up this part. And that would then notify you, oh, there's something here. But we have other games like Outbreak again, where you come up to a part and it doesn't tell you that this is a pick-upable or anything like that. You don't know if it's just junk or if it's actually part of the Easter egg. That's the kind of stuff I'm referring to, where it's hard to see. And for just a regular player, I don't think they would be able to spot that or know what it is unless they had an Easter egg guide. And that's something that bugs me slightly, you know?
I definitely agree to an extent, and I'll bring up a map for an example here. I feel like especially for new players, I know I mentioned that this is kind of like Cold War is kind of like the game for newer players to get into and to learn the Easter eggs like in their own time and their own gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
There is one map on Cold War that honestly, if you don't know the egg, you're new, you're going in, you're trying to enjoy it yourself, you're gonna want a guide, because there's one step that is just so annoying and dude, even there's so few people on the internet that have guides out that are like super accurate about how to navigate that one step, and it can soft lock too. It's so stupid.
The mimic step?
Yeah, the mimic step.
I've never had a problem with it.
I can't say I have either.
No,
me neither.
I kind of just figured that I mean there are only 4 areas in which the 3 mimics could spawn, and then once you clear the area, they can't be in that area, so you check the other areas. I've never had a problem with that.
I mean, it is challenging, I'll give you that much, but like getting them into the container is a bit of a pain.
It's technically 5 areas, right?
How many you have to do is a pain too.
You've got military command control room, Colonel's office, Skybridge, and then there's Peck's quarters.
Peck's quarters. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could argue that like remembering the names is tough, but they tell you when you get a correct name, so I don't think that's too difficult either.
See, once again, for a person just coming into the game, how are they going to know all that stuff without looking at a guide?
Yeah,
it's like you have to look at the guide.
Like
you
have to
get
go
past
to a specific area of the map to get a lucky chance of getting the right mimic.
Yeah. See, I don't like that. I personally don't like that in the Easter egg.
If you're on the mimic,
if you know the areas, then it's
from the area, then it's guaranteed.
It doesn't always consistently spawn the mimic though. That's
why.
It
is. It's always in one of the locations. It's not like it's always gonna have a mimic.
But Carpel, the thing is that sometimes when you enter that area and there's just items on the floor, one of them will just never turn into a mimic that's supposed to. It's a bug.
I'm a little bit on there with Wistful on this one. I've kind of had that same issue too.
I've done fire-based like 50 times. I've never had that problem. I don't know. Maybe I'm lucky. I don't know.
You got to be lucky, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's strange. I've had times where I went in, it went fine. Other times, not so much. I never know what I usually think I'm doing something wrong in that case, but I don't know. It's a little hit or miss sometimes. That's just my general opinion, I guess. But yeah, I don't know.
You know, I really appreciate when Easter eggs are kind of wacky and unique.
Yeah, no, definitely, I get that. I think you share that same opinion with a lot of like the famous YouTubers that do zombies and stuff like that. They like the challenge of finding something that is not obvious and that's difficult around the map and things like that.
I think what Carpel means by
wacky
is like that one Mount Olympus. step.
Yeah, the fish step.
Like the fish.
I'm sorry. Okay.
That kind of
yeah,
wacky.
more.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I think that's what it means.
Another example is on Exo's Infection when you're literally just building a burger. I find those kind of things really charming.
I do too. I forgot. I was going to talk about that a little bit. Although I do not personally would put the Easter egg high on my list as like one of my favorite Easter eggs to do. It was a cool steps doing like the whole building of the hamburger thing, getting all those parts. I actually found that to be a really cool theme. And like it went with the whole burger theme map and everything, or the Burger Town map. And I like that. That was actually cool. And you could use the Wonder Weapon too to cook all the burger ingredients and stuff. And that was cool. Like that's cool in a respect. And yeah, I definitely get what you're saying with that one.
I think one of the worst takes that like an experienced zombies player can have, especially YouTubers, is when they advocate for Easter egg steps being realistic and making sense.
I disagree with that too.
Because you're in a game where you're fighting undead people that were infected by magical rocks from giant space creatures throwing them through a wormhole. I don't think I don't think it's that serious. I don't think the steps need to be realistic.
Yeah, and we got so much of that already, especially now. All our wonder weapons, as we were talking, all of them are kind of like mad scientist built weapons where it's like there's nothing really crazy like an apothecant servant where it's like this creature that you're holding in your hands or something like that. I like the craziness too. And it makes me think back also to like Dead Space. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the wonder weapon that you can get from there, but it's like this foam hand that you can get and it shoots. And I believe it. Yeah. It's such a wacky, crazy weapon that makes no sense whatsoever, but it was fun. That made it. Everybody was excited to get that, you know? And I feel the same applies to zombies. Like you want something crazy and wacky like that. It makes it such a unique thing to get. But yeah, I definitely could see that for sure.
Hell yeah. Well, lads,
but yeah,
I think we had quite the episode here.
I have one more question for you guys. Being that our podcasts are kind of supposed to be focused on it a bit, but for Black Ops 6, what do you guys hope for the next for our Easter egg? What would you like to see, or what do you hope might be in this next Easter egg? Like, what would make this to be the best Black Ops game if it had a good Easter egg in some way? What do you look for? If that makes sense.
A puzzle. A real good puzzle.
Something that was not in Cold War whatsoever. A puzzle. That's all we want.
Okay.
I want to use my brain. I have my brain for a reason. I want to use it when I play that game. That's all I ask for.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much all I got. So that works.
What do you think the worst Easter egg is? Or the most annoying?
Classified?
Other than classified.
Okay.
Attack of the Radioactive thing. That would be me.
All right.
I'm sorry, Carpel, but
anybody else answer.
You heard my takes on it. My
The
timing
worst
is so
Easter
bad.
egg.
I don't know. There's probably one that I hate more, but
the worst
let me
Easter
think.
egg is probably, I think,
Vanguard
would be.
I don't even know what this Easter egg was.
They're barely Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm. Revelations was fine.
I don't like Rev.
Really bad Easter egg.
I do not like Rev.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst though. I wouldn't say it wouldn't be the worst of them. It had a lot of stuff though, but not the worst. I can't think. I'm gonna throw out Black Ops 1 Moon out into the crowd because I do not like Black Ops 1 Moon.
I
really
don't
that one? No,
exactly, but also I kind of disagree.
Well, I did not grow up with it, so having to do it,
Yeah.
it was very tedious. It took an hour and a half. Yeah. No.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
have
give
to
it to
point
you
my
there. That is
finger.
tedious.
I'm sorry, because the boss fight kinda sorta saves the map a bit, but like I don't really like the Archon. I really just don't.
I don't think anyone likes the Archon.
Yeah.
No, I think you're fine on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, something did happen in
Like
on launch.
the only part of that egg that was kind of cool, I only feel like it's cool because I didn't understand it on day one when I was hunting it, was literally how you make the boss invulnerable. Is like you throw the shards at these constructs in the sky behind you.
And then they like crash into him or something.
Yeah.
I remember on launch of the Archon when we were hunting, me and QK, who's one of our friends, we got like an infinite Ring of Fire glitch somehow. I do not remember the process, but we had infinite ammo for the entirety of the boss fight, so the damage phases just went by really quick, and that's like the only good memory I have from that entire experience.
Interesting. See, I'm kind of thinking, I did not like Darkest Shores is proving to be a bit of a pain. So that Easter egg is kind of, you gotta admit there is kind of a lot of just rough steps in that one. It's not an easy one. Like if I complete that map, if I complete it again, that's gonna be the last time I do it. The Easter egg for that one. So maybe
to be fair, Notlad.
If this was one of Notlad's thumbnails, it would literally just be that one guy who's being torn in half on the Darkest Shore and just crop.
It's gonna have my face on it. Yeah. That is something I would do actually. Yes. I got the perfect thumbnail for that too.
There's your future thumbnail idea.
Yeah.
To be fair, Notlad. To be completely fair to you, I have never done that Easter egg solo because of how hard the boss fight is. But
I'm trying to do it solo. It's just brutal, man.
I don't think the steps are like that complex. I think it's pretty. If you know what you're doing, it's pretty straightforward. It's just it's a different kind of difficulty. It's like surviving is the hard part, which is like the complete opposite of the rest of World War II.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I do find there to be some steps that are a little rough, like trying to find the one head that is on like the cliffside and stuff like that. It becomes a bit annoying because you're trying to shoot all those different hard to see mounds on the side of the walls. If you know all their locations, that's great. Getting that, once you finally find it, you're like, you had to go through the whole thing and find out it's the final one. It's just annoying. Like that step to me is a little annoying, just the bumping around trying to find it. And also when you run out of ammo and your saw weapon, it kind of sucks. And then the bouncing off the walls with the blades is kind of annoying as well. If you know the spot, once again, it feels like if you know enough in the game, it's a lot easier.
I actually love that part about the Darkest Shore. I love that.
I think it's super cool. I think it's super unique.
It's so cool and genius.
I don't know. I find that one to be a little annoying.
Shooting that I effing love, dude.
Well, if you see this once again, if you don't have an Easter egg guide for this one, if you're just doing it from scratch like I was, trying to figure out the right angle to shoot the blade to hit the other panels is annoying. I don't know. I can't imagine what it was like for the first team to try to figure out that Easter egg. That must have been just the worst. But yeah, if you have an Easter egg guide, it's a lot easier. Once again, you also have the ship shooting part. If you don't have a guide for that, well, now that we have a guide for it, I mean, trying to figure out the right coordinates to shoot the ship off in the water without knowing that stuff, it takes a long time, man. It's a lot of attempts. And then you got to refill the battery if once you're out of shots. I don't know. There's just too many things that make me mad with that one.
I don't know. I find the ship shooting, it's just like trial and error.
Rage from this guy right now.
I'm hearing
I still love World War II, but that map is a little aggravating.
My rage, if it even comes out, when doing the tortured path.
Tortured Path is good though. You're gonna love that one. That one's fun.
The effing Tortured Path. I want to try
Tortured Path. I like that one. That's a good one.
We're gonna be with Rorik. We're not gonna have too hard of a time. So,
dude, the windmill step is the best. You're gonna love that.
I do love the windmill step.
It is actually good. Yeah.
It's super specific, but it's kind of I don't know.
It is satisfying. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. The Darkest Shores one. It just there's too many steps in it that just. If you didn't have a guide, it's just too aggravating. And I tried to go into that one trying to go without the guide because that's something I enjoy about Easter eggs. I like going in and figuring it out for myself. It's rough when you can't do that on your own. That's one thing I don't like. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, I suppose
really
we're probably
like that because discovering the steps is just the fun part for me.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
I like Easter egg hunting, but I mean, if it's already solved, I don't really care.
On Cold War, I liked that about that game. The steps were easy to figure out, and I felt like when I first got the game, I was Easter egg hunting, trying to go through and solve it before the big YouTubers figured it out and stuff. And it was fun. That one wasn't so obscured where you had to find something that was unmarked and just blend it in the environment. You could do it simply. And I had a blast with that. And I actually felt like I was accomplishing something going through those Easter egg steps. And this was more Die Machine when I first tried that one. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Just that going in and figuring it out for yourself and being able to do that. That's what I really like.
Me and Wist met during a Cold War Easter egg hunt.
Did you really?
Yeah, for Mauer, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I was playing it with Loki on launch, and then he invited Wistful to like share his information because we were all hunting it.
Yeah, because I met Loki
it was a good time.
I met you.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was, yeah. It was a really good time.
See, that's a fun thing. Doing the Easter egg hunting is a fun part, and that's most of all what I want to see. I want to be able to do that exact thing, do the hunting myself without difficulty or needing a guide for it. That's most of all. I think that's my biggest pet peeve right there or something. I don't even know. Just
yeah.
But yeah, I suppose that's probably our time here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, that went by quick.
I wanted to say a couple things before we ended. I remembered one thing. Oh, okay. I remember both. Okay, so
Gobblegums. We didn't talk about the new leaked footage too. We should make a note of that.
That's not leaked footage.
Perkaholic is red. My life is ruined.
It was brand new.
No, I'm kidding.
The Gobblegum machine that came out.
I did a whole video on the teasers for like the Mr. Peaks Gobblegum machine. If you guys want to go check that out. But yeah, so two things that I wanted to quickly mention. An idea for our next episode for podcasting. How do you guys feel about high rounds as a topic for discussion?
I don't think I would sit in for that one. I'm not a high in any.
I don't know if
sense.
there would be enough to say about it personally. It's an interesting topic. Like I enjoyed the high rounds. It's just I just gets a little overly repetitive for me unless you can speed it up some way. I feel like certain maps it's a little too hard to do a lot of speed
and I'm not sure rounds, what we would talk about. I like round 36 better than round 48. No.
Gotcha. All right. Just an idea.
No, it's good. Keep it coming.
The other thing, this is a bit unfortunate, but unfortunately, I cannot do an episode next weekend. I just can't.
Are you not gonna have any time during the week?
Literally from Friday to Sunday, Friday to Monday evening, I will be away on vacation.
What about Thursday?
Real quick, did we conclude this episode already, or are we still going?
No, I think we're still rolling. I think
we're keeping this in. This is important.
But
okay.
But yeah, I think Thursday would probably be better.
Thursday.
So,
okay.
Yeah, one of the I think it was the last episode of the podcast. I unfortunately uploaded it off schedule because usually we do these things Saturday nights, and then I upload them the day after. I'm still planning on doing that with this episode, but we'll probably just have a sooner episode come out.
I had no idea we were on a schedule when you guys mentioned like, oh yeah, this Saturday it's happening. It's like, when did this get decided?
Does it kind of feel like a schedule? We usually do
I'm fine with it. I just need to know about it.
It kind of manifested itself, the schedule. I don't know. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with it. Saturday works. It's just, I had no idea we were doing a schedule.
All right.
But it works. Right. Works okay.
I think that's gonna do it. We are definitely for me, definitely 10 minutes over. So
okay. We're not gonna talk about the Peaks Gobblegum.
The Wundercast. Thank you all so much for watching.
Easter eggs are pretty cool.
They are, yes. Bye-bye.